The story begins with a captivating scene. A young girl named Elian is soaring through a lively marketplace with her friends before retreating into a serene forest alongside a mythical creature. But Elian isn't just any ordinary girl, she's the Princess of Lumbria, about to celebrate her 15th birthday. However, instead of throwing a grand party with her friends, Elian chooses a quiet celebration with her parents. As Elian approaches the palace gates, she is greeted by ministers Boliner and Nazara, who deliver unsettling news. Her parents, King Solon and Queen Elsmere, urgently request her presence. Upon meeting them, we discover a shocking truth. Her parents have been cursed, transformed into monstrous beings by the darkness of a forbidden forest. This secret is known only to Elian and a handful of palace workers, while the kingdom remains blissfully unaware. Now, the weight of ruling the kingdom falls on Elian's young shoulders. From signing decrees to inspecting troops, she bears the burdens her parents can no longer manage. Worse still, she must care for them like children, feeding, cleaning, and comforting them, while hiding their monstrous forms from the outside world. With mounting pressure from the people and ministers running out of excuses because they haven't seen the king and queen for over a year. They show up at the palace gates requesting to see the king and queen. Boliner and Nazara tell Elian that they can't hold the people off forever because they have already used every possible excuse, but Elian still needs time to turn her parents back to humans because she knows it will be disastrous if the people find out the king and queen are monsters. They tell Elian that this can't go on for long because it's been a year and she hasn't figured out how to break the spell. Now, Elian places her hope in the two deities, Sunny and Ludo, oracles of the sun and moon. The oracles of the sun and moon live in the dark forest of eternal darkness, so the royal postmaster sent 8 of his best birds to ensure a safe delivery of her message to the oracles. But out of 8 of the birds, 7 of them were turned to stone because they consumed the enchanted berries of petrification. Only 1 bird made it to the oracles and returned with a reply from them written on a small piece of paper. In the small piece of paper, Elian sees an instruction saying water should be added to the paper. When she does that, the oracles of the sun and moon appear to her. The oracles promise a chance to break the curse, but only if they see her parents in their monstrous forms. The oracles are set to arrive on Elian's birthday, creating a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos. Elian is so excited as she won't have to deal with monsters and secrets anymore, but just normal parents and normal life. However, Boliner and Nazara devise a backup plan. If the oracles fail, they will announce the king and queen's dead, and crown Elian as the new queen. Reluctantly, Elian agrees, determined to explore every option before accepting a future without her parents. The oracles arrive in dramatic fashion, emerging from the mouth of a giant frog, and are shocked to see that Elian's description of her parents as monsters wasn't an exaggeration. They reveal that her parents' curse stems from the dark forest of eternal darkness, where negative emotions amplify the forest's power. Though the oracles attempt to break the spell, Elian's parents unexpectedly lash out, causing the oracles to flee in fear. Devastated by this failure, Elian agrees to the minister's plan. She sadly locks her parents inside a cage to be taken to the forest the next morning but remains determined to save her parents. The next morning, Elian wakes up to realize her parents have escaped from the cage. She goes to look at the palace balcony to see them causing chaos in the town. The general sees this and prepares the battalion to attack the monsters. Elian tries to stop the general and her army from hurting her parents, but when things get out of hand, she has no choice but to reveal to the general and the people that the monsters are her parents, their king and queen. Minister Boliner explains to the general everything that happened that turned them into monsters. Elian tries to calm her parents, but they use their claws to strike her unconscious, leading to the soldiers pinning the monsters down with a net. The people are afraid after finding out their king and queen were turned into monsters by dark magic and it might turn them too. They wonder who is going to lead them and ponder about their safety from the monsters. The general informs them to fear not, as Elian will be appointed as their new ruler, but as for the monsters, they will be taken to the far reaches of the earth where no one will ever see them again. Elian is so sad because this is not what she wants and thinks of a way to free her parents from the cage. Luckily for her, she finds the oracle's wand on the floor which they misplaced during their escape from her parents. With it, she is able to communicate with the oracles in a holographic form. The oracles are afraid to come back to help her out because of their previous encounter, but they decide to help her when she says she will come to them instead. Just as the soldiers were about to transport her parents to the far reaches of the earth, Elian frees her parents using the wand, creates a carriage which she uses to take her parents to a deep forest where the oracles stay. The soldiers chased after her both with horses and birds, but they lost track of her as soon as she teleported herself to the deep forest. She shows up at the house of the oracles, but they went into panic mode again as they didn't know she would be bringing the monsters along. She gives them back their wand, but they reveal that they don't have the capability to change her parents back to normal. They reveal it's only her parents that can break their curse. They instruct her to go to the Lake of Light in the mountains of the dark forest, which is only what can break her parents' curse, but they advise her to be careful because the dark forest feeds on dark feelings, making the person lost forever. Now, as they venture deeper into the forest, Elian and her parents face countless challenges. The darkness feeds on their negative emotions, threatening to consume them. At one point, Elian nearly succumbs to despair, but her parents' protective instincts reignite their humanity, saving her life. Despite their monstrous forms, they slowly begin to recall fragments of their past and the love they share as a family. They finally sight the Lake of Light across the other mountain and run towards it. When they arrive there, the light shows her parents the reason they were turned into monsters. Remember, it is prohibited for anyone to fight or get angry in the dark forest. The king and queen, who were on their way back from a quest, ended up in an argument against each other, which is what led to the darkness turning them into monsters. Against Elian's wishes, her parents refused to step inside the Lake of Light, letting her know they can't be together again and can't go back to the way it was before. Elian gets so angry with them, seeing it as her parents not caring about her. This anger brings out darkness, and it begins to consume her soul. Her parents try to save her but are stopped by the soldiers from their kingdom, who capture them and force them inside a cage. They manage to free themselves from the cage and, with their ability to now speak, they tell the general that they are the king and queen, making the general stop and pay her respect along with the army. They tell the general that the princess is in that storm and they have to save her. The soldiers follow the king and queen to the mountain. Seeing that they are losing their daughter who is about to turn into a monster by the darkness, they quickly head straight to the Lake of Light and use their monster strength to divert the Lake of Light towards their daughter's direction, leading to the darkness and her to disappear. They apologize to her for everything and express how they love her with a heartwarming song. She hugs her parents, and the strong love among the three of them breaks the curse of her parents, turning them back to humans. 1 year later, life in the kingdom has returned to normal. Elian's parents have resumed their roles as rulers, while Elian enjoys a well-earned break from the pressures of leadership. On her 16th birthday, the entire kingdom gathers to celebrate her bravery. Even the oracles return to commend her courage. As the movie ends, Elian receives a heartfelt gift from her parents, the freedom to explore the world with her friends, knowing that her family and her kingdom are safe and sound. If you enjoyed this magical adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating recaps. See you next time.